All right, we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me get this clipped on here. I'll try to hit the button if I go into a coughing fit tonight. I've been fighting bronchitis infection lately. Unfortunately, I think I'm mostly over with it, but hopefully I don't start gagging or coughing on everything. Let me see here. Is that about the right height? I can't see the TV. Or is it just my gut?
Just your gut?
Just my gut?
No, just your gut.
That's what everybody loves to see, isn't it? Let me grab this. All right.
There you go, just right.
Perfect height. I don't have anything to bring up. Anything new, really. I haven't heard any more on turning Saturday. I do believe we have a new visitor tonight. Would you like to introduce yourself there?
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Welcome, Dave. Welcome to the group. Kind of new.
Dave, you're pretty new and beginner, aren't you? So hopefully it's a good group to learn from. Yeah.
Looks like.
Yeah, especially those Decatur guys. They get a little crazy back there.
They're around the time. What are you talking about?
Where are you from, Dave?
Urbana. Not quite the drive.
Yeah, just kind of jolting across town. Let's see. Demonstrations. Tonight I'm just going to kind of go over a little demonstration on basically a levitating kit for wood turning. I'd hope to have a whole display out here, but the bronchitis thing just kind of threw me for a loop. I even lost track of when the meeting was and didn't get this email out in time, so sorry about that. Next month, Corey, were you still on for the string demo?
Yep.
Okay. And then Scott,
Yep.
have you thought up anything for August?
I mentioned offset eggs.
Offset eggs?
I had a few thoughts and nightmares about that. See where it turns out.
That's when the chicken lays sideways.
Yeah, looks the type egg, you know.
Looks like September, I'll come back around again with the pumpkin, doing a pumpkin on the lathe and carving it. And then October, Jerry, have you thought of anything for October?
I was going to just say go, but I might do that for turning Saturday, so.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be right around the same time. Like they jumped back to September, didn't they? I can't remember the day. And then Cody has one in November. I don't know what he will be doing yet. Or anything down on here. I think right now I haven't heard any more. Obviously, Rich Nichols and Jerry Rhodes for Turners and Turning Saturday. But I haven't heard anything more out of them yet, so I don't know where they're at on things. Crowbar?
Yes.
Have you heard anything more on Turning Saturday with the CIW folks?
Why do you mention that? Why do you? For demonstration. Michael Blankenship will be the featured demonstrator. Somebody know how to turn threads? We'd like to see somebody demonstrate turning threads.
Those 35 for non-members?
Correct. 30 for household, 25 for members. So whatever club you want to. Springfield,
So it's not 25 for our members, is it?
Yeah,
yes.
any member from all three clubs is $25 per person, or 35 for,
Okay.
like, the bring your spouse and leave or something, I guess.
Yes.
Well, do 30 if you brought your spouse or
Or 30.
kids or whatnot,
Yeah.
grandkids.
35 if you not,
Yeah, 35 is just walking off the street. Okay. I don't see any other notes I have on here from the past. So that was September 13th, Fraternity Saturday, Youth Building, Bloomington. The only other thing I've seen is Northbrook, Illinois for a slick-vented wood turning, September 26th and 28th. I'll have to dig up some more and find other things out there. I'm just getting a blast of the sun right here. Let's see. Anybody have anything new to bring in? Any new items? Nothing new? Let me hit the mute button crowbar and
do you have something in mind for a challenge next month?
Yeah, I was thinking something out of this world. Kind of an alien theme, either something to be creative on it. I don't have any particular things. I mean, if you want to make a levitating Saturn bowl, that's
Something out of this world.
something something out of this world.
Something out of this world.
If you do the levitating thing, I'll explain more on it later, but it is kind of a pain to get these things right now, because I tried to order another one, and I'm not going to get it till beginning of July. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This one I got middle of last year, and it came within like a week or two. But I think the whole thing is the way the shipping and everything is right now. I'll explain more on that later. You're still good with water and all that? Still good on the water, and the cooler and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right over there. A little bit of ice today.
Throw in some ice. It's not on. I was gonna stick it back on there. All right. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hopped up on cough drops today. I don't have anything else. Anybody else have anything?
David Ellsworth passed away.
Yes, I was going to mention that. David Ellsworth, he started the AEW, didn't he?
Yeah.
One of the founding members.
He was member number one. Number one.
Yeah.
And Adams passed away several weeks back.
Who was it?
Keith Adams.
Keith Adams passed? I hadn't heard that one.
He passed away several weeks back.
Yeah, everybody's getting up there. All right, well, guess we'll go over to show and tell. Everyone wants to go over to the table there? I don't know, I brought some stuff in, but I wouldn't call it show and tell stuff. I mean,
Standing up.
I've got my alien flying saucer here. And then I brought in what I call
I call this, it's a box, but I jokingly call it the Amish hand grenade. Because it's right about that size. It's probably one of the best fitting boxes I've ever had too. It makes that little pop. That's a good fit. I have never achieved another one like this yet. I'm still trying. And I just brought some bowls from work I thought would work with the demonstration because I forgot the box I made to put this thing in. Just another little bowl. Most of these are all made out of maple. The UFO was walnut, cherry, and I believe a maple piece in the middle there. More on that a little later tonight. So. Good. I'll just use the blue ones tonight, the silver.
Bob Griffin from Decatur. I'm currently slacking on present bowl or piece that I'm working on, so another month anyway. So I brought some repeats. This is a piece that I did because I wanted to put more than one different feature together. And so this has what is called Mobius. Try to get the rendition I've got. This is a stained glass Mobius that I saw online. I wanted to try to replicate that as best I could, so I whipped out the SketchUp. And I made the wood pieces in the middle. And there's 5 different species in there. And I put the ring around the outside. So with this, I did 2 other features. The outside is made up of moldy paste, and you can shape that stuff any way you want to, and then it'll harden pretty much like a rock over time. And then what I saw a lot of guys do, they'll do like when you see a cake and they put peaks on the whipped cream,
Yeah.
that's what they did, and then they sand those peaks off after you paint it black, and then it's two-tone. So that's that feature. The other feature is got to figure out which way to go here. Paint crackling.
Yeah.
And I got this to work fairly well. A couple of other ones I did. I had to work at it some to get the crackling just right, but this turned out okay, I think. So you have that feature. Let's see, when did I make it? 2020. So we've got this. I thought the Mobius was going to be harder than it was. 15 and 30 and 60 degree angles is all it is. And all of them repeat. The outside peaks or diamonds are repeat, and then the next 2 are repeat. And then you've got a square in the middle, so it is. But that's out. And then this guy, I was inspired to design some things that look a little bit different, but they're still a turn box. And this is made out of, let's see, it looks like oak, walnut, spalted oak, wingay, and I think puduk, and then ash. So this is a box that's suspended on 2 brass pins inside here, and then it just sets up by itself. And then the last thing, I've been messing around with my 3D printer lately. I had to make old George here. So he needs a place to be displayed, so that worked out really well. So this is granite filament.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever worked with that
I haven't played with
before.
that one. Usually, I stick to the basic colors and most of it.
Prints really well.
Yeah.
Well, you saw it, I showed you. So this file was pretty good.
Yeah, it came out pretty clean.
Yeah, not too bad, with no supports. Sometimes you make things and you have to be supported because things will be hanging over and then they don't print well because you'll get a big gnarly spool of snot coming out of the printer. And this came out really well, I thought.
Yeah.
So
How long did that take to print out?
this was 17 and a half hours,
Wow.
start to finish.
Did you stop and take a nap?
Actually, I started about 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It ran all night, and then it was done by the morning.
What kind of printer do you have, Ryan?
It's called a Snapmaker from China.
Okay.
It's one of the 2 that I've ever seen. It's a 3-headed printer. You can do printing like this, 3D printing, laser, or a CNC router. And all you do is change the heads. So the rest of the machine stays the same. Software stays the same, but software is built so it supports all 3 different heads. So that's my show.
And if you ever wonder what 3D printers can do, train whistle.
Yeah.
Blow on that thing.
Like a train.
You didn't blow on it. You puffed on it.
Yeah, I don't want to blow my lungs out right now. Plus everybody's ears.
John Crackle from Decatur. Got a live edge bowl. This is elm. And finish on this is Yorkshire grit. And then the wax.
Hampshire?
Renaissance? Renaissance?
Renaissance wax, yeah, thank you. Senior moment there.
Helping you out.
Yep. And then this is a open segment bowl. This is the one we did a little training session with our Decatur group to show them the fixture and how you go about this. It's maple, quarter sawn, sycamore, walnut, and purple heart. 24 segments in a circle. And first time I've done an open segment bowl. I've done a lot of segment bowls, but not the open segments. So turned out pretty nice. I think it's a really nice piece.
I think it is.
Yep. That's it.
John? When you were doing that, I forgot to ask you this at the house, but how far up did you go before you turned and then go on up? Because you said you always turn that, and how did you do that?
Well, yeah, that's a personal thing. Some guys who do segments want to glue all the segments together before they do any turning. And when I do a normal segment bowl that isn't open, what I prefer to do is turn every ring, and at least turn it round, because they're not perfectly round when you glue up the segments. So I'll glue it on and take a skim cut, turn it round, and then when I glue the next one on, at least I know I'm gluing it on to something that is round. On this one, I would go up 3 or 4 rows, and then I would rough turn it just to get the shape, but I would not turn the top row. I would stay 1 or 2 rings down from the top. I did not want to turn that unsupported ring. But I did do that. I would glue up a couple of rings, and then I would kind of turn the inside and outside just to make sure that things were going the way they wanted it to. And then I'd add a few more. I did not complete the turning until I had the top ring on.
What's your tool of choice when you turn that, John?
I used a bowl gouge and a scraper, real gentle, easy cuts. You know, there's not very much glue surface down here on the bottom at all. I did use some support whenever I was had it all put together and was doing the final turning. I did put a disc on the inside and brought my tailstock up while I did the outside. Once I had the outside done, what I did was I put black electrical tape on it all around. I used a roll and a half of stretchy black electrical tape to help give this some support on the outside while I was turning the inside. Again, because I mean, there's a tiny little bit of glue joint, especially down here on the bottom where the segments are. Not very much overlap in these bottom segments.
Yeah.
Tom Little from Decatur. This is my first substantial piece. My mentors from Decatur helped me with this. This was done on a big boy lathe. Mine is small. But it's, I think it's spalted maple, I think. And so I really had fun doing this.
What kind of finish you got on?
It was a product that I've had for years that my wife bought for a cutting board, and it's made out of beeswax and mineral oil, I think as I recall. And we put several coats on it. In fact, she's put a coat or two on it since I got it too.
Bees oil is what it's called.
Yeah. These are just a couple smaller bowls that I've done. This helped me learn a lot about, from John especially, about finishing and how finely detailed you can be. I'm starting to do a better job. I've only been turning about a year, but I feel better about these. This is an accident. This was actually about that deep, and I finished the complete outside, and I wanted the lid to kind of go up like this, and I turned it perfect the way I wanted it, sanded it, had it all finished, and I started down the inside, and I got a little too close. And so it popped off, and I was throwing it away, and I thought, well, wait a minute. I can still attach it to the lathe here. So I turned this and took it in thinking, you know.
Change bulb.
Yeah. Well, my wife is thrilled with it. She said, I can put my jewelry in. You know, a success. Yeah.
Wait a minute, that's all you go use water? Just go a little.
Oh, no, there's more.
I managed to leave my turn piece at home. I didn't remember to bring a chunk of wood with me. Last one was talking about masks and protecting yourself. This is a genius Harbor Freight system I come up with. Just change filters real easy whenever you want. Drop it on and you're set. Just about everything here is Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
What's the unit?
So what's the red thing? Is it just a?
That's a fan from Harbor Freight.
Okay.
The only idea I had is I looked at the self-contained masks like a lot of you use,
Yeah.
and I work in heavy chemical industry, so I had a mask on virtually at some point every day.
Yeah.
And I wore a lot of self-contained stuff, and I used a combination of all of it, come up with this.
Yeah.
I used it for quite a few months, and it's pretty easy, just change filters once in a while.
You even have a receptacle outlet on your fan there to plug other things in, I see. Plug other-
Yeah, there's one under there.
Yeah.
I don't use it, but it'd be there if you wanted it. But that sits on my bench just to the side. I got plenty of hose to get me. I keep it just the hose length, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It works, it's cheap, it's easy. This is a painter's hood. They come with a real cheap shield that gets scratched up quick.
Okay.
So that's a Harbor Freight good mask in there.
All right. Very clever.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, well, I got a phone.
I got a train whistle.
There you go.
I'm Dave Neese. I'm a member of the Woodworkers Club here, not an official member, but I've been here a couple times. I do a lot more freehand carving than I do turning. I am only a novice at turning, but every once in a while something gets burr up my tail and I say I need to do something. But I'm also a kite flyer. There's a lot of people fly kites, and I have a bunch of friends. You can buy these yo-yo reels made out of plastic, but they're fairly light. And so I've got a number of friends around the world that like something a little prettier, a little bit heavier than plastic. And so I glued up a couple pieces of maple that were just scraps of here and there, and a little bit of walnut. And our club has this device here, and I had never used one of these, but I had some good assistance from the people that knew how to use this. And the first thing I learned is you never take it, open it to the point where these things' jaws come out, because it is a bear to put it back together. But basically, it's just basically two bowls, a bowl from this way and a bowl from this way. And so once you get to a certain point, you just take it off and slap it on here, and then go to work in making the opposite side bowl. So if anybody really likes to make stuff like this, I have friends who would pay money for stuff like this. I've got enough things going on in my life, I'm not going to try to get into that sort of thing. But if anybody likes making around, you can get in touch with me, because I do have friends scattered around the U.S. that would be very happy to pay for something like this. But it's a very nice thing to do. So I do a few other bowls. I took a course back about 5 years, 6, 7 years ago on turning here. And so, but like I say, I do much more freehand carving.
Very
What's
nice.
your biggest kite?
My kites are typically what you call fiber kites. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever heard of fiber
Yes.
India, but there's kites that are probably no bigger than a foot square, and they are absolutely dynamic. They are engineered to spin and turn and dive and move. So it's not like a kite you put up in the air that you just sit there and look at it. You're very actively involved in flying these kind of kites. And you actually get into competition with it. It's a competition to see who can basically knock another person's kite out of the air. Yeah, so this reel works real well for that kind of thing, because you're doing everything with hand motion, and your timing is extraordinarily fast. Hundreds of a second, you're making decisions as to what you're doing. But anyway. So I thought I'd bring that in. I was here last month, and I thought about that when I saw your show and tell. I said, I'll just grab this and bring it in and show you.
On your cold jaws, you say if you're over it too far,
Yeah,
one of the jaws should have a little pin on it.
I know.
And that pin is probably missing, or
Yeah, but for sure, you don't want to take it to the point where the jaws start falling out.
Right.
You need to adjust your wheels. You need to take these out and adjust your wheels. If you need to change your dimensions, you need to do that. But I found it's a very useful tool to do that kind of work.
Roger Cooks, Decatur, Illinois. Last month, John did a demonstration on how to put feet on a boat. So I put feet on a boat.
with a lid. This is very similar to the one that John did. There we go. Not the same at all. But this bolt is extremely special. This bolt will never get sold because if you look at that bandsaw mark right there, and you look at this scar, it's a marriage.
Is there blood on it?
That's the bandsaw.
I just realized your shirt too.
You what?
I just saw what your shirt was too.
I don't have anything, but I have a half bed of Bradford pear crotch pieces in the back of my truck. Anybody's welcome to take them out. Take them home with them.
It's been a while since we had Bradford pear around here.
There's more. My neighbor took down 2 trees. So,
Crowbar? You have anything? Jerry's got something.
Yeah.
Any reports
That's a
from
medium
the
brother.
AAW?
Huh?
Any reports from the AAW?
Yeah, went to the symposium this weekend. Corey and Scott were both there. It was pretty decent, but they had about half as many people at each rotation as they have in the past. You know, I had like 8 different demonstrations during each rotations, and I've been to some where there were 17. But I still found it enough to see. I helped in the youth turning one rotation, and I helped with the pin turning in one rotation. Mark Dreyer, his wife, was mostly in charge of that. Mark was there doing demos, as well as John Underhill. Ed from Exotic Woods, or whatever it is, he was there, and he was helping once when I was in there. But anyway, this is the first core from that piece I brought last month, and that piece didn't last 2 hours at the yard, so we didn't camp in a week and a half ago or so. And that wasn't good enough. About an hour later, a guy came up and bought all 5 of my biggest bowls. That was $1,000 and something. Best I had for a while. Bottle opener. These bottle openers are pretty nice. I always like these. I get these from Stainless Stoppers or wherever. I bought about a 50-pack one time when Niall still had it. So I'm still using some of those. At first they were selling pretty good, and now people aren't. People mostly like playing with the bottle that we have on the table. Once somebody actually opened it, you weren't supposed to do that.
Then you had to drink the beer.
I need a beer.
All right, anybody else? No? Just a reminder, Mike's brought in a whole messload of books over here on the table. These are up for anybody to grab if anybody wants one. If we don't have any, we'll see if the wood shop here would like them.
They said just to leave them here or whatever, next thing you can want to take them back over.
Okay, that
Mike
works.
said that it belonged to Tom Brock from Flatland Woodturners, if some of you know him. I know Paul did. We had him demonstrated every Saturday. Mike knows his brother, Jim, and he got it from him.
All right. We'll go ahead and do a little drawing, then we'll take a break, and I'll get out some raffle prizes for later. Just the things on the table over here for right now. First one up. 854.
Hey, you want that steady rest, Tom?
Eight, 5, 7.
What do we have?
There's Pen blanks.
Some I brought.
Yeah. Eight, 5, 3.
No.
Eight, 5, 5.
On this, can I just take one, somebody else take the rest?
You don't want the rest?
No. I got a specific use for one.
Take the rest too.
No. I don't do pins. There's none of
Well, glue them up into a bowl.
No. No.
Glue them all together and turn something out of them. I need to do that with mine, honestly. 8, 5, 1.
Joe knows.
Don't have too many left. 8, 5, 2.
Free gift.
Here, Dave. Go grab something. I only got one ticket left. All right, 8, 5, 6. Eight, 5, 6. You don't want to admit to it?
Right.
Oh, I guess I will.
All right, we'll take a break for a little bit, and then we'll come back to a little bit of a demonstration on levitating kit. And I'll have some stuff out for a raffle. Yeah.
What's the raffle stuff?
I gotta put it out.
Universal. Hard to sell tickets, I don't know what to tell them.
It's a gift. It's a surprise.
Oh, okay, I thought it was a surprise.
It's a grab
I
bag.
got raffle tickets, everybody, it's a surprise, it's a surprise ticket, and you'll find out later.
We got this nice tool rest.
Okay, there we go.
Pardon me? Oh, yeah. Yep.
You get some woodwork here, you can rework it.
I need a levitation device to hold it in place.
I bought, I have to actually.
Get a bigger ship.
Yeah, I got a bigger platform, the one I have.
All right, so. Folks will stay around.
Hey, Scott. Free library, did you see this one too?
I haven't gone back over to consider looking.
Turning what?
Turning maybe.
I saw that, but I don't know what it is. That's the one that holds tools?
I think so.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, that's what it does.
that's what it is.
Girls will beat the hell out of them.
Sure.
Oh.
All righty.
I had
Good luck. We got 1 for 2, 3 for 5, or 7.
Wood tracks you made?
Yes.
I made 10,
All right. You made what?
10 couple tracks. Well, 10 couplets.
Okay.
I did, you know, this is what's called a diameter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
On the rod, and a base that holds 3, because she's got 3, she knits.
Oh, okay.
And she's knitting for a private school. She makes her choice.
Are you
Why not small?
Right, why not?
Top, you gotta make
What do you have to make?
just 3. I put them on one or one.
Oh, okay.
I think I did too.
So you can make 4.
What kind of wood did you
I
use?
was very, surprised. I was not expecting that at all. I expected my friend, my daughter.
Sorry, I'm gonna.
Maybe, you. Me too. When I walked in, I wanted to see the lobby, I was like, okay, it looks different, you know? And then as I grabbed that door, I thought there was wallpaper.
That's what I wanted to bring home. I know what I said.
That happens every time.
It was a good time. Good food.
We had a very good time.
Good food too.
I didn't get around talking to you guys at that table.
Talked to us all the time.
I think it'd been cool if we wouldn't be all surprised. If you just walked in and started seeing everything.
Yeah. That would have been.
I don't know how long it would take you to light bulb was on.
Yeah.
Your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fish things down there later.
Right.
So that's built on your bedway, on your leg.
You just sit there and sit
Yeah.
Easy to tackle underneath and you can tighten it down a little bit.
They do this, they surprise.
Or setting
Yeah,
like
you
rain
don't want
bed,
stuff.
you never figure it out.
I never did.
Since I got mats on my, I don't care.
Right then, but I did it. I'm a little slow.
Surprise part of my work. I've heard that. Well, I love my brother. He would get paid just a fee, he didn't believe it. I called my wife, I said, I'm home, I'm going to go in the back. And this happened. Put that in the same.
Okay.
On the market, I was divorced.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's other contributing factors other than that. Oh, my.
Turn out that way.
What is this?
Paper, I think.
Yoga mats.
That's to lay your tools in, I think.
Yeah, lay it on your bed. It's pretty made, yes.
If we were in this, we could sell it to Roger. He's got room, we can just leave it on him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well,
And a cup holder, does that have a cup
I always
holder?
got mine down.
We can make one with a cup holder too.
yeah, I looked mine are next.
Oh. What's that in the very last box?
Would you grab? Oh, okay.
So most of these in the cable crowbar?
Not a club, it's just.
And then the.
Oh, I thought maybe you had a COVID
Right,
license.
maybe you could buy it.
Oh, okay. That's quite a few. Six. Yeah, we've got a satellite club. Yeah, okay, that's fine. At one time, there was 11 of us. Oh. One guy did. So we added that guy. Either I'm go back there right up or. That is cool.
John, that looks really neat.
What do you call that now again? It's a levitating kit.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that.
That is cool.
Hey, Tom, is this your boat?
What it looked like. I planned that.
Yeah. I've had something like that.
That's about
Oh,
what it
yeah.
looked like.
Yeah.
I remember blowing apart a pumpkin that way.
Like all loops.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Oh,
Probably everybody has.
Yeah.
Some just-
all right.
Perhaps.
Pretty fascinating.
Never had a problem.
Oh, this one.
That's right. Put all the work over in there, I put the watch in it,
Yes. There you go. Well, that would be what I was trying back to.
Fresh out of the machine.
Gorgeous.
What's the deal on that?
It's floating.
I see that.
Only spot it's got.
It's gotta have a magnet or something in it. My grandson was playing with magnets today, and I was sitting there with him through a coaster, and I thought, I was getting the idea of a magnetic lid shut. And then I see this, and now I'm thinking, that would be neat to have magnets pushing something up. I bet you that's just a big magnet. Oh, I see it underneath, yeah. Big old washer. Got something plugged in right there. Must be spinning around underneath.
See nothing under it?
There is something under. I see blue lights. So you can hide that element in a cabinet, 3/4 inches thick piece of wood, and have all your displays floating in the air. I wonder how tall, how much weight before it wouldn't lift up.
Well, I like them, they're a little snug, but still snug.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if they're a little difficult.
That's a gravitating what?
Oh gosh, I forgot what he called it. Gravitating bowl, gravitating.
Anti-gravity bowl?
What's this called again, John?
It's a levitating kit.
Levitating,
Oh,
levitating.
okay, I'll look it up.
But you got those when they first come out.
I think, yeah. And I've washed them
That one might be
5 or 6 times. I'll,
I don't think I could do that ever again.
I thought, oh,
That is
I thought it was
cool.
gonna float.
No, it is kind of floating. It's standing there on end.
Yeah. And then, will the next one, if you touch the, can you,
Sideways.
oh, kind of gravity drops it over, but, yeah.
What's wider than the open?
yeah, sounds like they don't get quite the right size.
Oh, that's a little chip that broke off.
Well, these are 15.
So these aren't very, they broke a little bit.
Two bottoms, I would.
So how much weight before the, will fall?
Wow,
I really,
that's pretty
don't
cool.
worry, they can.
It's getting a little wobbly. You can see it starting to shake.
Yeah, that's cool.
More support most of the time.
That is cool.
It's a piece of art.
Where did you get this idea?
I'll have to see if I can get the video going up there. It came off the rails.
When I get to that stage, I take them to a lake.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to find the magic
I
spot.
left the good ones down.
without looking at it.
More by lake shoes home last time.
No, I gotta look at it. The box I had for it, I didn't have ready for it, so, or I had ready for it, but I left it home.
Yeah.
Just looking the other day,
Mary will have to give up water.
we ought to find
Well, no, she won't.
some lawn care services.
Yeah.
Let's get wobbly.
Not necessarily trees, but
I'm just trying to cover it with wood because I don't want it just to crash down in there.
if you don't find any roots,
Saturn, whatever it
there's
is.
gotta be some companies out there that do that.
How big a magnet you put in here?
There's not one in
Oh,
there.
there's not one in here. It rotates.
So that was just sitting on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chances are, for them, it's just
Here you go.
muddy.
Gives you a shit right down there.
Yeah.
You know it's coming, but it still surprises you.
Oh yeah, it's like when you get a catch.
Yeah. I better not do that. Crap.
Oh, this is a little trick I saw earlier.
What's a catch, John?
Helps if I lay them all flat.
After you put it on, you let it set for just a bit.
The magnet on the bottom of this one is pretty strong too.
Yeah. We're not driving.
Already?
We're not driving.
That one's not brass.
You can even buy it off buy.
Oh, I sure admire you.
Yeah.
Beer and ice cream.
It's the same piece of wood. They do line up. They're a little bit off because I did the kerf pretty darn thick on it.
Time I always had to lay a hand on here. Some kids have always made.
Something, yes, like something, yeah.
Good fit.
Yeah, I haven't got one to fit like that. It used to be worse when I first did it, but it's dried out since. But that was 2020.
And we're set of 5 and we get to go shoot.
Yeah.
All right, everybody got your tickets? Let's get this tickets rolling.
Man, that thing will really spin, won't it?
Honestly, I walked out earlier and it was going slow. I came back in and it just started to go faster and faster. So I think it's just off center just enough to like give it rotation. All right, let me read the first ticket. Everybody got your tickets? Huh? Oh, then, my demo, yeah. Oh, you ain't done with that? No.
What the hell, Mike? Did you pick out the winner first?
When you reach it in.
Yeah, then I did my impersonation of Michael J. Fox. How far you end up with that? All right, first one up. 470.
Tom, you're gonna have to run the truck, go on.
Box and that packing material go with there. Yeah, I just took it out of the box.
Okay.
Show everybody.
You got a gun rack?
472.
That's it, too.
Oh, that's me.
Come on, give it a
You shook him up, Mike. Something like that.
Hey, Mike, that big one.
I'm gonna have to get one of those blowers.
Tumblers?
Yeah, a tumbler.
What do you like, a wood turn, a tumbler or something?
Then you're gonna pay for a ball number, that's what you're
Might save some money and just give everybody a number. That's true. 494.
Somebody after me.
That is mine.
Is it Jerry?
No, it's mine. I'll go ahead and we'll get it.
Is that you?
I want to tumble it instead of shaking it.
Yeah.
478.
took the pin blanks.
Oh, you want?
No, I was gonna give him the phone.
You 74, John?
Huh?
Yeah. You 74?
Those are all brass filings.
Really?
Yeah. They're kind of, be pretty neat, like,
They're a pot resin.
Yeah. 479, I swear, I'm not doing that on purpose.
There we go.
Alright. Alright, and one thing left. 492. 492.
There's somebody after me.
Well, that's mine.
See there?
I'll re-gift.
Why don't you just ask, does anybody want a steady rest?
482. Jerry? 482? Nobody's admitting to 482?
It's yours, John.
No, I'm not that high. Or I'm not that low.
We got 482.
He's got 482. Somebody's just not admitting to it. All right, 488.
I'll take it.
All right, Kurt Ware will take it. All right.
Hey, Sam gave it to me, so thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
I had to add to it, but, complete now.
All right, so this will probably be just a kind of quick little demo. Let me see if I can find the guy's site here real quick. I should have thought of this earlier and we'll start set up and plug the laptop in. But this won't take too long. And I'll plug it into number 3. Plug it into YouTube. We're still plugged into YouTube right now. And that's freaking out, so let's go to number 3. That's our stream. Alright, that's his name. I thought it was Average Woodturner.
Yeah. And then he pick up his throw.
Yeah.
From his throw.
It's for a road.
There he is, Average Design.
Terry, when you make a new card purchase, transfer the minimum maximum to the time.
So this is the guy I found a long time ago. I started following him about a few years back when he was doing these little shorts, and his little short reels he would have like some story to go along with it as he turned the wood, and it would be kind of paranormal type stories of aliens abducting them and everything. He makes some neat stuff. Basically, he's using kind of like a, oh, come on. I just want to see the post.
What's his name, John?
Average Design Wood.
Thank you.
I don't want to go through all that. You know what? So here we go. His SpaceX mission, and he was trying to get Joe Rogan to accept one of his UFO spacecrafts, and then he was, after Joe Rogan acknowledged him, he started trying to get SpaceX to take one, and he actually ended up getting a kind of a modeling club to fire one of these UFOs on a rocket up into like the lower
or upper atmosphere or whatever it was, just kind of like the edge. And they had it strapped to a little camera and everything. But it's kind of neat. I mean, he makes his little UFOs, a little diorama, a little resin piece there. It'll put a little LED light on the bottom of it, and it will kind of show up there. Different sides of it. I've got them on my phone.
So what part do you want us to do, all of it?
Whatever you want to make. He will, I mean, he makes a lot of money off these little things. I mean, he's got the little Instagram thing, probably paying him money, because I mean, he probably gets a hell of a lot of hits on it. And you can see his prices on here for different UFOs. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find it. I probably should have looked at this before we got started. Instagram is being a pain in the rear.
This is a question I think about way too much. Consider the following. Let's say you're flying in an airplane which is cruising on average around 900 kilometers per hour. And this airplane is flying around the Earth's equator where the rotational speed of the planet is around 1,670 kilometers per hour. Add those two together and you get a total speed of approximately 2,500 kilometers per hour. And now you might see where I'm going with this. The Earth is orbiting around the Sun at a casual 107,233 kilometers per hour. And at this point, we're going to convert to meters per second for the rest of our calculations. So if I do the math in my head real quick, that brings us to around 30,472 meters per second so far. But remember, the Sun and our solar system is not stationary. Our entire planetary system is cruising across the Milky Way galaxy at a speed of 220,000 meters per second, which added to our total running speed brings us to 250,472 meters per second. But the Milky Way itself is also moving through space, and while this one is a little more challenging to figure out, scientists have estimated our galaxy's speed to be somewhere around 552,200 meters per second, bringing our top speed on an airplane flying around the equator of the Earth up to 802,672 meters per second. But compared to what? See, it doesn't make any sense. And even if you took this now arbitrary speed and compared it to the only other speed that actually matters, the speed of light, we would only be approaching 0.27% of the absolutely absurd 299,792,458 meters per second that is the speed of light. Researching for videos like this makes my brain hurt. Anyway, this UFO hovering over the trifecta of ancient monuments is now listed on my website. More tomorrow, stay tuned. If motion is relative...
So, one of the ones he did, I honestly I should have pulled up, but he did a hovering UFO. Like you see the bowl here hovering, but if I get it centered right, there it goes. Let's give him a spin.
Say it should rotate, right? It's like the
Yep, whoop. What was that? Oh. The other piece of the magnet. The bad thing about these is they're made out of neodymium magnets, so they're very, very strong. When you push this thing down, and there's a lot of force back on them. See where you at? Yep. They work best if they're captured in a box or something to hold them still. But as you can see, it's all, you can touch it, it's not giving me anything. The only thing I wouldn't want to touch is the bottom with all the electronic parts down there, capacitors and things like that. Last thing you do is want to get into a capacitor. And you see the lights changing colors there? They'll get you. They kind of give you an idea of where you're aiming at, but you can kind of feel it as you get close to that center. It just basically locks in and just hovers there.
John, is that the 500 gram kit?
The kit I got is,
what's the Amazon number?
Yeah, the 500 gram kit.
Okay.
Magnetic levitation module, DIY core kit with LED lamp. The LED part you really don't need because if you hide it under something, you aren't going to see those LEDs anyway.
Is that earth magnets or electric magnets?
There are a combination of both. This little disc right here has the neodymium magnet on the back here, and I've cracked it once by dropping it already. And I had a little, got it up here, I don't know, here it is. Whoop, let's go back to home. So there's a little neodymium crack on here, chipped piece off. And he came out of right there, where my thumb's at.
CA glue.
Probably would work, yeah. See, I glue it back in since it just happened.
Or type on the free.
And they do hold a lot of stuff. I don't know if I can grab a hold of these. So, they're all monkey chained together. I'll take that away. Oh wait, trick.
How old are you?
Huh? Hey. The oldest person in this room would play with this in a heartbeat.
Yes, he would. He's sitting right there.
Which one are you pointing at?
Fight over who's the oldest, because I'll sit back and watch.
Trying to think of what else on here. You could just put about anything. If anyone wants to come up and look closer at it.
Have you seen bigger kits?
I haven't seen the big ones. I know they use these a lot in electrical. I mean, that's how basically a generator works pretty much.
Do you have any idea what would happen if you put a bigger magnet instead of that small one you got up on top of that? Because it's just reverse polarity is all it is.
Yeah. I probably would hold it up higher as far as this field that these coils generate. I mean, the coils are generating a field.
Bring it in next week and I'll bring in a magnet this big and we'll see what it does. It's too heavy for me, I don't lift it at all.
Yeah. Just depends on the power of this field.
Lift itself off of
But
that.
he might get his fingers stuck under it.
Yeah.
The question would be, would it sit
That's the fun part about neodymium is getting pitched in there between them.
Fire cabinet, they run fingers, flat.
He might get his fingers caught under it.
He might what?
His finger caught under it.
Honestly, I don't feel much of any pull. I can feel it pulling to one side or the other when I get this on there, but once I find that sweet spot where it's between all four of those copper cores,
What the heck?
and that was just a little bitty wiggle. Threw it off just enough. It looks like it chipped off another piece too. Oh, it moved the whole thing. It moved that right off center. So that's a good warning to use on these.
Is that just glued on there or no?
It looks like it was just CA glued. Oh yeah. That's probably a 1 inch diameter or so, or inch and a half diameter. My thumb usually runs about an inch. It's honestly curiosity now, will this even hover? No, it's not, it's kind of wanting to. You kind of see the lights aren't doing anything now either, so that magnet needs to be on there. Yeah, it's wanting to pull to it. Okay, yeah, that's why. There it goes. That's why I want to put that board back under it to kind of cover it some. And I tried doing a little bit last night where I could just push down on this, and it just does that immediately. I'll have to re-glue that when I get home. So are there any questions on this?
This one ran about 60 bucks. So that's what, I don't think they've changed much in price. They are coming from China. I mean, you can obviously, if you look at this label, it does say made in China straight on it. And that's the kit right there. And you can get on Amazon and find them. They've got ones where you do all the electronics. You can solder all this together. It's all in pieces and you solder it all up yourself if you want to go that far into it. It's a little bit of science.
And that was a 500 gram max load, huh?
So I don't know how much that guy weighs, but
Yeah.
now I'm not going to lean on the table again because I'll throw it over to the side.
So what was that there you got? Walnut?
Walnut on the bottom, maple in the middle, a bit of cherry on top.
The cherry on top?
Yep.
Science going back.
It's funny, I took this into work and my boss, he's originally from Russia. He immigrated to the US when he was a kid. And he still has a Russian accent, goes back there to visit his family when he can. But he doesn't obviously go into Russia or he would probably never come back. But he said that they have a toy over there that was shaped similar to this and they just flip it upside down. It's like a big upside down top. Yeah, I mean, it's going forever. As long as it doesn't bump into everything.
That's right. Peter?
No, we haven't had one we've always had something in December, so we don't have anything lined up for December, so maybe we'll do that again this year, have a top contest for December.
Good. Holiday tops.
Maybe make big tops and small tops.
So we should do categories, like tractor pulls, the modified and
Yeah.
The exotics.
The exotics, you got the exotics that have the pull string ones and they try to land on the pole. Oh, he's leaning off.
It's weird, it's going, it's leaning.
Yeah, I didn't have it exactly centered.
Test one with an angle grinder, spin it up.
oh, to get it going?
There he goes.
Take off.
Yeah, if I had turned it on the lathe and actually made it for that little piece on there, it would sit a lot better and work a lot better. But this is what when I first originally did this UFO, been watching his videos and I want to make the UFO. And UFOs are one of the easiest things to turn on a lathe.
I'll say, yeah, it's just glue up the different woods like he did.
Yeah, and he didn't use three.
Creative, do what you want with the lathe.
He had three pieces. Two were the main body and one was a scrap piece to hold it in the chuck. And he doesn't use a parting tool on it. I asked him once, like, why don't you use a parting tool? He's like, yeah, I tried that once and it popped off and I didn't catch it and it just went across the shop and broke in half.
So if anybody has any scrap with it.
Oh yeah, you can get all kinds of scrap wood. You can actually
Keeps coming to bring in.
actually put your bowls on there too. And then you can take a handful of paper clips and get them to stand up. I don't know, is that showing up on the camera?
Yeah.
What's it doing? Oh, the paper clip.
Yeah.
It's a standing paper clip. So for that, you need to turn something in reverse, like a pedestal, and
This one,
put the paper clip in it. You know what I mean? So you see the
this one I gave it a lip on the bottom when I turned it. I wasn't even intending to do that for this. I just thought that looked kind of neat.
Yeah.
Gave it just a weird lip, like whereas that bowl I just made it flat and gave it a little bit of a lip going around the edge there. And he will float on there too. I just gotta kind of center them.
That's a little more than 17 ounces, 500 grams, isn't it? That's quite a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's,
It's almost, you know, a little-
it's weird, they're all laying flat in this one. It doesn't want to let go now. That one.
We've got time for it. Which?
So that one grabbed on because of the paper clips in there. Ah, it threw off again.
And I see there's gonna be some sales of those here.
Like I said, there is a bit of a lead time on them right now. Yeah, I ordered one back in early June and
I think I just saw one and it said, you have it tomorrow.
maybe, yeah, but they didn't want us, they were gonna wait till, huh?
Now where you live, probably.
Yeah, I know.
Now, Brittany's.
It's a postal service, I think. Honestly, it's UPS that doesn't want to bring anything out there. I don't have anything else. I did start on a base for one, where I was going to put the hole down through this block of cherry and start carving it out, and then my drill press, little desktop drill press, decided to give out. Okay. It's probably about 30 years old anyway.
You were right, I didn't think that close, there's a lead time, it's like July 11th to the 21st.
Yeah. The one I'd order was going to be here at the end of June. So it's taking the slow boat. So yeah, if you need to pick up. How strong that magnet is.
They're taxed.
Any questions?
Put a magnet in each pocket.
Put a magnet in each what?
Each pocket?
Put a magnet in each pocket?
Sure.
Hey, push you down the road.
Yeah. The electromagnet in a car and call it Tesla.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's pretty cool, John.
That's pretty cool.
Very good, John.
Yeah, showing off my toys.
That thing was only about 4 inch square or so, wasn't it?
Huh?
That thing's only about 4 inch
It's
square.
underneath the board right there. There's not much to it.
This is a person can make some kind of, yeah, he can make some kind of base and put stands on.
Yeah, that's what it's set up for. And I had a box all cut up and ready to go to kind of demonstrate that some, and I took off. I thought I had everything in the DeWalt bag. Unless it fell out in the truck, which I probably did. But
Pretty cool. Thank you.
string.